Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to your, what is this, 12 to 18 reading, general reading, and we're focusing on love. All right, so want to know what's happening with love. So sun, moon, rising, and ascending. Also you can look at your Venus because we're speaking about love or communication, if there's communication problems. If you don't know what those things are, you can just look down below in the description box. There is a link for a free natal chart, so you get to see what those different things are with you, and you get like a very nice and detailed, actually free sort of like astrology reading for you there, which is really, really cool. So you can have a look at that, and if you look at all those different readings together, you may actually find that you get a very, very sort of overall reading for what's going on. So let's see what we have. For those of you that are always following my channel, I'd like to welcome you back, and I'd like to thank you for that and for your kindness. It really, really means everything to me. And if you're new to the channel, I'd like to welcome you. My name is Adrian. I'm an intuitive healer. I practice holistic wellness, and I also do spiritual regression hypnosis. Okay. All my beautiful, beautiful artwork for my thumbnails is done by my beautiful friend. So if you need any graphic design work done, or you need some social media management done, you can contact her brand directly. There is a link down below in the description as well, which is AC Digital Marketing Solutions. Okay, so I'm going to start drawing some cards for you. I'm going to do quite a nice detailed reading for you. I'm going to look at where you currently are, how did you get there, where you're heading. We're going to clarify, and then I'm going to get you quite a couple of oracle cards towards the end as well. I love oracle cards because when you use oracles and tarot together, you get beautiful, beautiful messages over there, because they do actually work very differently to tarot cards. Okay, so you have more options than you realize. Now, who doesn't want a love reading to who doesn't want a love reading to start off with this confirmation? So this may be a very positive thing for you. Maybe it's not such a positive thing, but there, the universe is letting you know that you've got more options than you actually realize. All right. And at the back, it says, it sure is hard to get really angry at someone when you can think of all the reasons that you love them, and you can. The universe. So, it's a bit of inspiration there to sometimes focus on the reasons of why we do love somebody, as opposed to why, those things that sort of irritate us about them. I always say it's about loving people for what they bring to the table. Obviously in a healthy sense, I'm not talking about any sort of unhealthy relationships over here. Okay, so Knight of Earth, which is the Knight of Pentacles, King of Fire, which is emotions, and the Emperor. Oh. This looks kind of similar to a personal reading that I did earlier today, which was for a Virgo actually. So if you're dealing with a Virgo, or you've got strong Virgo in your chart, then maybe go and have a look at the Virgo reading. Maybe that is the reading for you. Okay. I've got no idea what the Virgo reading is saying for love, because I haven't done it yet. So who knows what magic can come out there together. I'm quite looking forward to it. Alright. This is no small fry that's going on here. No small fry at all. Let's get you just an overall card. No small fry, my people. No small fry. Okay. Overall energy speaks of the ego. All right, number 15, 1 plus 5 equals 6. Potential for things to grow to more. Some of you might be feeling sort of trapped at the moment, like you don't really know which way to go, and it could actually feel that you don't have any options to go. So in direct contradiction with what the universe wanted to let you know right away, right from the start, that you have more options than you realize. I feel that some of you are focusing on one specific person, for energy that may or may not have worked out. This is obviously a general reading, so I take what resonates. And not really seeing all the other options that are around, so you may be healing from a different relationship or a connection, or feeling very trapped right now. And, sometimes when we say this to people, they will be like, but what do you mean? I don't see these prospects coming around. I don't see them, texting me or, knocking at my door or anything like that. None of that is happening. And the reason why that is not happening is it's almost like there's a blanket around your energy. It's like some of you are either deliberately kind of making yourself, sort of unappealing in a way, or you're just not even placing yourself in the situation where prospective others can actually see you. All right. So it's almost like you're kind of keeping yourself in this ugly light. So if they don't see me, then nothing can happen to me, that type of thing. All right. So in the recent past, let's break it down. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. So we're looking at the recent past, and we're looking at what is it that brought you to this particular energy point where you are right now. So we've got the Knight of Earth, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Could have something to do with money. King of Fire. Definitely has a lot to do with emotions. Maybe you didn't feel as honored as you feel that you should have been. And the Emperor. There was a lot more happening here than you may have actually been realizing. I feel that a disappointment in the past really, in a sense, brought you or called you to your full power. Some of you weren't living your full sort of power, capacity, sort of magic of who you are. And there's quite a focus, there's been a focus for a while here to become sort of the greatest version of yourself. And I feel that some of you are withholding yourself, even sort of from the public, because it's almost like the sort of status that is within yourself that you want to sort of, get that sorted out first before you move on to something else or someone new. But I feel that you're ready. I feel that you're ready. I feel that you are ready. So where you currently are, Ace of Fire, which is Ace of Wands. Don't be surprised if you suddenly meet somebody. 20, Renewal, which is the Judgment card. And number 21, the World. Things are about to get super funky in a very good way. Where you currently are, what's coming towards you is the High Priestess, the Three of Water, and the Page of Earth. Right, so many financial concerns that you might be worried about is also being resolved. And a lot of you are, for those of you that are having, trouble with finances, with maybe getting the sort of job that you want to have. So maybe you're going for a lot of interviews and it's just not working out, or maybe nobody's even calling you back or anything like that. Many of you are in that space where you have been starting to feel really, really lonely because you didn't have the love that your heart was actually desiring. And there's somebody coming in here so suddenly, especially for those that are single. There's coming somebody in here. Something is coming in here so suddenly that it sort of knocks you off your feet, and it's so sort of perfect. It's one of those things in life where you weren't really thinking about love, you weren't focusing on love, you were focused on yourself, and suddenly somebody comes in. It's the right time, they're saying the right words. It's like all your defenses are just like, they're just going down, and you are ready for that. You're ready for that beautiful connection. Some of you may be with somebody that has been sort of dilly-dallying there long, and you thought, I'm going to have to let this one go. Suddenly, they're just upping their game. Somehow the stakes went up here. The stakes sort of went up, and they realized that they may lose you. And, for those of you that were in that situation, and they didn't want to. They realized that it was time to get the act together. But in general for you, Aquarius, I see a brand new intervention, person, energy, love coming in here, and you are just smiling. Like, it's one of those things where you will sit at home and it doesn't really matter, or wherever you are, it doesn't really matter what you are doing. You just sort of start smiling for no reason, which is, that wonderful energy that we feel. And for many of you, there's a lot of lessons that were, that you had to learn. There's a lot of sort of difficult lessons that you had to learn, and that has finally come to an end. That's finally come to an end. You can sort of, for some of you, you're just breathing that sigh of relief, because I think that some of you opened this reading and you said to yourself, please God, not more bad news. I can't handle any more bad news. I've had enough bad news. And the good thing is, no more bad news. No more bad news. All right? Not for you, at least. Not for right now. Beautiful energy coming towards you with the High Priestess here. It's one of those things where you make a connection and you just know. And I feel that this person that you're making this connection with, it's so lovely because they come with their own money, they come with their own security, their own independence. They come with a wonderful sort of support structure also for you. For those of you that maybe were worried about connections with friends and stuff like that, or feeling sort of lonely, there's a wonderful sort of independence coming with that as well. And because obviously for you, Aquarius, and I think people misunderstand this sometimes. It's not like you don't want love. You just don't want somebody that's going to be yet another burden sort of on your plate. And this person that comes towards you, it's not that. In fact, they help you to actually let a lot of your own dreams come true. All right? So no bad news here. No bad news here. But let's clarify, because this just seems very sort of idyllic, which I hope that it is. Let's see. So we're going to clarify this false sense of entrapment that we spoke about first in the overall energy of your reading. The Seven of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. So for many of you, you release relationships in the past. You release people in general, situations, energies in general, because even though they were wonderful, they always came with that whole bag of stuff, and you were like, can't you just take responsibility for your own life type of thing, and so you became very clear about what it is that you actually want to have. And it is when we become very clear about what it is that we want to have that we actually get what we start getting. So I feel that a lot of you, your mind is very much at the moment on that space of, what is it that I want to have? How is it that I'd like to feel? And if you are confused and you don't really know how to bring all this positivity towards you, this is a time, if there's ever been a time, to be clear with the universe. This is what I want. This is what I'd like to experience. This is how I'd like it to be. Clarity, 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 clarity. Okay, because right now, you can actually get exactly what it is that you want to have, especially if you are single. Okay. Now, I don't want you to misunderstand. We're not talking about, especially if you're with somebody, and it's almost like the socks have lowered a little bit, and it'll really benefit everything if they will just sort of heighten the socks a little bit. This is not where you sort of try to micromanage the manifestation. This is more that you say to the universe, you know what, universe, this is the situation that it is at the moment. I would really appreciate if I can get a little bit of a hand with this, with that, and with that. All right. Let's clarify that Emperor there in your recent past, because there's a great sense of stability that started to return to your life in all levels, really, which is wonderful. It's so funny. It's almost like I'm getting the sense of like some of you were sort of opening this tarot reading and you were like, I don't actually know if it's got anything to say to me, but I'll open it anyways. And the Star. And you may have been right. There's a beautiful flow of energy that's taking place for you at the moment. It's like everything is just aligning. You know, your psychic ability is just expanding. And some of you, when you are right now, when you look back, it's almost like you realize that your psychic connection has expanded even more than you actually may have realized. And that's actually quite incredible. Let's get you one more card there for the recent past. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. 8 of Wands. Stability. Stability. Emotional stability. For some of you, you were lost, very lost, and you didn't even realize, like you knew you were lost, but you didn't know how lost you were. You know, it might have been strange. Some people hear from you, and because they just couldn't deal with you anymore. You know, and we sometimes fall into those patterns. But where you are right now, goodness, are you ready? Let's look at where you are. We're going to look at the Ace of Fire, which is the Ace of Wands. What is this new? Because there's something new that is just stepping in here. There is, if I've ever seen a game changer stepping in. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know. Let's see. You got the you got the Six of Wands. This is the love that you deserve. This is the love that your heart desired. This is the sort of love that, and even though you can be, you know, very clear about what it is that you want to have sometimes, some of you wouldn't even have wanted to really verbalize this. You know, you would have sort of just dared to sort of keep this in your mind because you couldn't really handle like another disappointment here. You were like, no, so I'm not even going to wish for that, because if that doesn't come true, I'm not going to wish for that. Okay, let's look at another card for that Six of Wands. You better be ready for love. Queen of Pentacles, you better be ready for love. You better be ready for love. And the wonderful thing is, especially for those of you that are worried about that, they're not here to touch your money. They're not here to touch your, you know, everything, your sort of empire, whatever it may be in this world, everything that you work so hard to get to where you are right now, because I feel that some of you have worked really, really hard. They're not coming to touch that, all right? They're actually coming to add to that, to contribute to that, to contribute to your success, okay? This is somebody that sort of comes in and they're on your level. You know, it's not yet another person that you have to carry, and then you know, that they just sort of become your minion, and then you sort of lose respect for them. This is not what's happening over here. Okay, let's get you one more card. There's 2 cards that came out. What are they? 3 cards. Okay. What are they? So the 7 of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords, and the 6 of Cups. Sort of seeing a little bit of something like that in the Libra reading as well. But you see all that attention that you were giving to yourself, that love that you were giving to yourself, it's really, really building up. It's building off. Letting go of certain ties there. Leaving the past to the past. Nurturing yourself. You've grown yourself into a version that has basically become irresistible. I feel that some of you don't realize how irresistible you sort of become right now. Okay? They look at you and they go like, oh. Okay, let's look at this connection between renewal, judgment here and the world. Let's get a card for that. Because this is the end of a very difficult phase that's happening here. There's 2 cards. This one really wanted to come out, so let's look at this one first. This really, really goes a lot with this sort of Libra reading that I had. 9 of Wands. There's you know, there's some perceptions that you have around love. Some of you aren't really trusting it. So even when the perfectly right person comes up, shows up, you know, it's literally Cupid can come and say, "Hi Aquarius, I brought you this person," and you'll be like, Some of you are looking for reasons or faults why it can't work out, especially with this new person that's coming out. They're loving you straight out of that 4 of Wands. They're loving you straight out of doubt. They're loving you straight out of doubt. Wow. Now I'm excited. Let's look at the High Priestess. There's way too many cards, but I'm going to take the one that came out on top. 5 of Cups. They're helping. There's a lot of you that you're carrying a lot of hurt and pain inside of you that nobody might actually know about. Some of you aren't even aware of how deep the rabbit hole is going. This new love is helping you heal those very deep-seated pains that some of you have really been abusing love. You've actually been using love to run away from other stuff. And this new love that's coming in for you, or if you're with someone, this real concerted effort they make. And also, if you're with someone and there's been trouble, I feel that they're really doing the work on themselves that, might have actually caused some imbalance in your relationship. And in that sense, they're helping you that way. But whatever this person is doing, who's sort of like showing up so beautifully, they're really helping you to finally release those deep-seated things that you had that were withholding you from actually experiencing love. All right? And then let's just lastly look at this. What do we have here? This Three of Water and this Page of, or the Three of Cups and the Page of Earth, which is Pentacles. There's new opportunities here coming for you to make money. So this love is actually somehow, they're coming with an idea or some kind of proposal. So this love may actually start off as a business deal. It might start off quite cold, where love is the last thing on your mind. You never actually thought about that. Nine of Pentacles. Filling those personal voids that you're looking for, business. So it's almost like you're getting to express yourself creatively. And when they get to see what you do, that is when they fall in love with you. And by the time they've expressed their love, you realize that, oh my goodness, I've been in love with this person. And you're like, oh my goodness, don't start panicking. All right, let's get you some oracle cards. I'm going to draw you 4 different oracle cards. For those of you that know me, you know that I really love my crystals. So I'm going to draw your crystal oracle card for your, what is this, the 12 to 18 October love reading. Rose quartz, inner child healing. Love comes around to bring about an inner child healing. Okay, inner child healing through love. Wow, that is powerful. That is powerful. Because some of you went through some really sort of blah blah stages there that were not nice at all. Right? Inner child healing via love. Wow. Powerful, powerful stuff. Let's see what we've got for you from the angel prayers. And if it resonates with you, that's too many cards. If it resonates with you, you're more than welcome to like the video, share, comment, subscribe. And if you do subscribe, remember to also hit that all button, that notification, so you get to know when your readings are coming out, because the schedules do change. Remember, if you want the beautiful graphic design work done, you can contact my friend directly. Down below in the description, AC Digital Marketing Solutions. Can we get a card for, oh, let's see. Ooh, Inner Power, the Divine Father. It says, Divine Father, thank you for co-creating my world with me. You are not alone. As it said right in the beginning of your reading, you have more options than you realize. Okay, the magic's about to unfold. Now, we normally come to a reading with some kind of question in our heart. It could have been love, it could have been something else. Whatever it is, I'd like you to ask that question in your heart, mind, and soul, or just open yourself to receiving and see what the angels have for you. Okay, that's what's happening. What do we have? Oh, another one. Yes. It also said yes for Libra, so it says yes. It says yes, it says yes, it says yes. Whatever it is that your heart desires may come true for you divinely so. I'm just drawing one more card for you. Healed, ouch. The past is being healed for you through love. Through love. Inner child healing. So beautiful. So, thank you so much for your time. Honor, love, and respect. I'll see you next time.